Hello everyone, this is Jonathan Diep with the Deep Dive, and today on Oktoberfest I will be recommending to you a remake that surpasses its original. That film would be David Cronenberg's 1986 masterpiece, The Fly. The film stars Jeff Goldblum as Seth Brundle, a genius scientist and suave ladies man, who creates quite possibly the greatest invention known to man. What's the invention? A teleportation device, of course. A teleportation device that transmits any source of matter from one place to the other. He invented this device as a means to cure his motion sickness when he travels, but the experiment goes horribly wrong when a fly finds its way into the machine while Seth transports himself. As the film goes on, he begins to slowly mutate into, you guessed it, a fly. On the surface, the fly may seem to be your run-of-the-mill creature feature. Man messes with nature, nature messes back, man becomes one with nature in ways he did not intend, and man dies. However, Cronenberg, known for his very gory and not-so-subtle style of storytelling, manages to give this sci-fi horror movie a heart by making us care about the film's protagonist. The character of Seth Brundle is a charismatic, confident, but never douchey or a mad scientist archetype. This is in large part not only due to the terrific treatment of Brundle's character in the screenwriting, but in fact is in large part thanks to Jeff Goldblum. Yes, Jeff Goldblum was great in a movie, who gives a career best performance as one of the most tragic figures in modern horror. When we're introduced to Seth, he is a very likable, eccentric, and enigmatic presence. We believe that he's a genius and really wants to create something special because he loves his work. As the film goes on, though, we see him go through this slow, genetic, and mental decomposition. There's so much tragedy and guilt one can feel seeing the unbreakable and incurable downfall that will plague Seth through the rest of the movie. The chemistry between Seth Brundle and his love interest, science journalist Veronica, played by a young Geena Davis, is also impeccable. This is in large part due to Jeff Goldblum and Geena Davis being an actual couple in real life, and they would go on to marry about a year later after this film's release. What's most compelling about this film is Cronenberg's ability to mix gore and disgusting, disturbing practical effects with an almost Shakespearean-like tragedy. It begs the question of what happens when we try to mess with our own mortality. Is creating something for the betterment of our own well-being worth the risk of literally destroying our very well-being? Will it literally transform us into a monster and lead us down a path of self-destruction? It takes the concept of aging and eventual death and decay and exposes it in a style that was once seen as very one-sided and generic. But Cronenberg somehow twists the story into something very fascinating and disturbing at the same time. Not to mention the special effects and makeup work from the time, it still holds up. I mean, look at that. That looks disgustingly awesome and jaw-dropping.
Oh, that's disgusting.
You want to puke, but you want to cry at how genius it looks at the same time. I mean, just look at it. In fact, the makeup for this movie was so incredible that it easily won the Academy Award for Best Makeup in 1987. If you haven't already, please check out The Fly. It's available with a premium subscription with Hulu and Starz, and it can be rented on Amazon Video Prime. Now look, the film's not perfect, but it's more than just your run-of-the-mill sci-fi horror. Check this amazing movie out.